Here with Dr. Jeffrey Galvin again. We are checking back in. He's an emergency medicine physician and also owner of Vitality Medical Wellness. You just got off of an ER shift, so thanks for doing this. But it's important. I wanted to get in touch with you because the Republican National Convention is supposed to be in Charlotte in August, the end of August. But our president tweeted out saying that it might not happen. He might be forced to move it if North Carolina doesn't guarantee that he can have the Spectrum Arena at full capacity, which would be a little more than 20,000 people. And again, this is in a couple months from now. August 24th is when this convention is supposed to take place. We know right now we are in still phase 2, which is not even, it's a modified phase 2, not even the full reopening for phase 2. So we still don't have gyms and playgrounds open. We're still taking it slowly. The guidelines are right now in North Carolina, 10 people for a gathering or less, not 20,000 certainly. So Charlotte city leaders are still trying to figure out what to do. And they say that they'll respond by next month, so by sometime in June. But what is your expert opinion, a medical opinion? Is it safe at any point? Because by August, we're certainly not going to have a vaccine.
Right. So let me think about this for a half a second. No, it's not safe. Absolutely not.
You don't think there is any sort of scenario where Charlotte could hold something like the Republican National Convention at the Spectrum Arena with thousands of people inside and have it be safe?
Well, I think that it's unreasonable to think that you could put 20,000 people in an enclosed arena, many of them older, right? Because, people that go to these conventions are a lot of them are older people that may have medical problems in an enclosed space 2 months from now and be able to guarantee their safety. There's no way. And why do I say that? Like, am I just saying that out of my gut? No, I'm saying that because what do we know about infection? Infection requires two things: exposure plus time. And so what does exposure mean? Well, we think that you probably need to inhale or get exposed to maybe 1,000 virus particles in order to get infected. Now, if we sneeze or cough, we probably expel millions of particles, but we also expel them if we're infected by just breathing or sitting around. So let's take, for example, that you and I are sitting in a regular sized room, maybe 6 feet apart, and we're not doing anything, we're both reading, and I happen to be infected. As I breathe in and out, I'm going to be releasing small amounts of virus. Not a huge amount, but a small amount. And most of it's going to I'm not talking or anything, so most of it's going to kind of come out and fall directly probably in my lap. But you'll probably get exposed to, a couple, maybe 10, 20 virus particles at a time. And if given enough time, you'll hit that 1,000 level and you'll get exposed. But it'll probably take about an hour, maybe 50 minutes for you to get exposed sitting next to me. And again, I'm assuming I'm like fully infected. It may take an hour. Now, if you and I are talking, all of a sudden that transmission goes up by a factor of 10. So talking, I'm expelling a lot more virus and it's getting sprayed towards you. So now I'm going to infect you in 5 minutes. If we're in an exercise class or yelling and we're close to each other, that might take a minute, because the more I'm breathing, the heavier I'm breathing. So where's the risk? The risks are in closed spaces, close proximity plus time. So what is a convention of 20,000 people in the Spectrum Arena? Those conventions go all day long, right? People are shoulder to shoulder, they're yelling, they're screaming. It's a recipe for disaster, and there's no way that the state can guarantee it, nor is any state could guarantee it. Now, are there things they could moderate? Well, maybe if they held it outdoors in a larger space and spread those people out, did it in multiple venues and did part of it virtually. I mean, there may be options, but to think that, 2 months from now, we're going to just be able to cram 20,000 people together. And again, I think you got to realize that a lot of these people are going to probably be older. I mean, there a lot of people that are politically active get so after they retire. So there's going to be a lot of people that have chronic medical problems that are going to be at very, very high risk. And, it's an incredibly bad idea.